encouragement in this
I was
group.
encouraging you.
It's
I believe in you.
low. It's
no,
real
bro,
low.
I set you to a higher standard. That's what I do.
You go ahead. Because you don't do shit but stress me out
really
and give
high.
me anxiety.
Because I believe in you, baby.
Anyways.
If I wasn't drunk, I would definitely make TJ start this over. But fuck it, because I'm drunk. So, episode 27. We're going to visit a lot of topics that may be like a week late, but it's shit that we need to talk about again because...
It's the usual.
Yeah, like, you know, we jacked off an episode and I didn't like it, so I'm not going to post it. That's just EJ being EJ. Okay. Where are we going to start at?
You know what also is EJ being EJ? Is mentioning that we had an episode, not just saying this is it. Like, mentioning there was an episode and we just said poof.
I got to live in my truth. I have to live in my truth.
Instead of being like, this is it, this is the episode.
Says, I pay too much for Talkspace to ignore my therapist. So I'm motherfucker. That's what he told me to do is live in my truth.
Nice,
so that's my truth.
Go to therapy first.
What are we addressing first?
I don't know. I guess since we have a death topic, we should talk about that first and just say R.I.P. Cliff Dixon.
Oh.
For those that don't know, Cliff Dixon is the brother of Kevin Durant and also the slayer of the Hollywood Baddies.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like his adopted brother. It's like
okay.
You know, he moved in with them when they was young and mama raised them. You know, shit like that.
Yes.
Him and Dave East and Tony Durant, Kevin Durant, they all grew up together. Him and Dave have been known each other since they was like 16, I believe Dave says. So definitely some rapport there with some Hollywood people. And he dated a variety of Hollywood women. Eric Mena, India Love, Rihanna. Yes.
That's enough. That's good enough.
Yeah, like that's a list right there. Like, that's
those three knockout. Like
yeah. That's like saying you played 3 years in the NFL, but you got 3 Super Bowls. Like, you won, bro. Wow. All right. I don't know. Go ahead, though. What happened?
Okay. Well,
was that you or me? I don't even know
me.
what I was going to say.
Okay. Well, I don't have much to say about him, but he should rest. You know, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Cliff. Yeah, that man was assassinated on his birthday.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was. I just knew like
I knew of him.
Yeah, like I saw him around. I didn't know like his impact. I don't know how many people like fucked with him until he like passed. I was like, oh shit. And I was like, you know, I want to live a life like him. I want to be as low key as he was, but like have as big an impact. Cause I don't think
He played basketball. So
yeah, he also played basketball. I think they said he was getting ready to go to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So chill.
He was gearing up to go to Japan.
That's whack though.
He played at gosh, I forgot his college he played at. But yeah, he did. I think Western Kentucky, I want to say. But yeah, he hoops.
I don't
he was
know.
a hooper, 6'9".
I don't know his. I don't like I said. I don't
and he
know
also like released songs under the name of Lavish, so he rapped under that name as well. So
I just don't know what.
I think him and Kevin Durant wasn't on speaking terms, so that's kind of like. Yeah.
That makes it
on
worse.
speaking terms.
Just I mean like
I can't confirm or deny that.
Terrible. But like if you're. Is that the
same dude, bro? I don't know who the roller skate guy is.
I'm gonna invite him in, yo. Roller skate nigga come in, yo.
Roller skate
I'm
nigga,
going to invite that
comes by
nigga
every episode of roller skate. He just waves and down. So shout out to bro.
Wow.
Shoot.
Megan Thee Stallion lost her mother.
Megan Thee Stallion lost her mother as well. This is just
very influential.
This is like the obituary section of the podcast. Where you just go like R.I.P. everybody. Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, her mother was a rapper, so definitely you know it's a heavily FC.
Take your time.
Right. Speaking in cursive like Javon. You don't know she cursive. That's the greatest shit ever. No, you know, definitely was a heavy influence there from her upon her by that woman, and she definitely did. So R.I.P. to her, Megan Thee Stallion. Like she's one of the dopest female to me.
Yeah, I
think
she definitely needs to. Well, especially now with this like happening, but even just off her work alone, like she needs to be like climbing to the top of the charts. Like Megan deserves that spot. Like this year needs to be like her year, and I think.
I kind of think it will be.
It is already.
Yeah, like
it's the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, like I don't even know if you could just say like I don't even put that in like female rapper. She one of the baddest rappers out.
Even up against men, I agree.
Yeah, I'm completely taking out like my sweetness with her attractiveness, like.
Because even when they talk about like even the Shade Room, they did like a list of like the top, even like upcoming rappers. There are a few I disagree with. I personally.
Let's go. Let's real quick.
I'll get off.
We got through our
I'll get off my chest. I love the way Saweetie looks. I think that is a beautiful young woman. But
Great
Lord
setup.
Jesus,
Knock
Lord
that shit
Jesus, I want her to stop rapping so bad. Like so
Saweetie.
bad. I want her to put down the mic so bad.
Saw Edie.
Yeah, she's so beautiful.
Saw Edie.
So beautiful. But good Lord Jesus, I want her to put down the mic.
She's a rapping Sierra. She only got a couple albums left.
Oh shit.
She had an album?
Oh, rapping. She does.
She's the rapping Sierra. No, eventually she'll phase out and just model and be Huncho's wife.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, be Quavo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playboy eventually buy her masters back so she can make shit how she want to. And then but she won't.
'Cause I
She
just
won't.
feel
Be.
like you
She got a communications degree. She went to USC. She doing this for fun right now.
I feel like you can tell when somebody like it's almost like it's a hobby for you versus like when it's something you have a passion for. Like you can hear it, and I feel like with her, that's how I felt about Nicki. Like I felt like Nicki started out like music. I think she realized music was her way in, so she started out like it being her passion. But after a while, I just think music became like a bag for Nicki. Like it wasn't something she really cared. Because you could hear it in Nicki's music, she no longer cares.
Nicki
about.
wasn't
I think
likable
she
enough to
lost the
become Rihanna.
passion.
No, Nicki
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Nicki
Yeah.
wasn't likable. Nicki wasn't likable enough to become Rihanna. Everything that Rihanna's doing, Nicki was trying to put her foot in to do, but she wasn't likable to do it. Perfume.
Fuss about nothing right now.
No, but what I'm saying is she's not likable. Like Rihanna's got like perfumes and makeups and lingerie and all that. Nicki was supposed to be able to do all that from a female MC perspective, but we just didn't give a fuck about her enough on any other perspective other than like.
So it's
I think that speaks to the point of like
Kylie's
Nicki
the same
not
way.
being a likable person.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah.
She just.
Well, yeah, that kind of bringing it. Well, yeah, that kind of.
And also like that speaks to like passion things. Like when I see Rihanna in fashion, I still don't feel like Rihanna's still chasing a bag. I feel like Rihanna like likes fashion.
Is
Yeah.
also
Like I
her
feel like
shit.
Rihanna like,
Yeah.
you know what, I like not only fashion, I just like throwing my money in shit that I like to do. If I saw
But
somebody
you
else
think about Rihanna when she first came out, did she like fashion? That part
I think
that
she
played?
I feel like it maybe
Ponder
could grow
replay.
into
I think-
grow into something.
Yeah.
I think when we.
Like if you're interested in some
Yeah.
shit.
I
like
agree.
that.
I think she grew
Possibly.
into it, but like, I agree. Like makeup, fashion, that's all things that Rihanna still is a piece of her, and she still is like passionate about it. I honestly always thought that Nicki should have kept it pushing with the actress route, because I genuinely think like people always used to kind of make fun of her, but I think her theatrics was always a way of. I think she used music.
She went to an art high school.
Exactly, I think
they're
she
theatrically trained.
She
trained
used
as a
music
thespian.
to express that part of her. I think she always wanted to be like an actress or in theater, but music kind of just took over. Like I think she's still. That's something I think she would like to pursue. Like I think right now, because music is kind of not it right now, I think she should pursue that. I think she should try acting. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I think she should try something. I think she needs to like, not in like an offensive way. I think she just needs to like a refresh. I just think she needs like a quick rebrand.
Ghostwriters.
I don't even think she needs a ghostwriter. I think the ghostwriter she have now is quality, and she actually released quality music. No, she released a couple songs. No, I'm not gonna do that one.
No. Safari DMs right now.
I'm not gonna do that.
Please.
I think it's an oversaturation of Nicki as a rapper right now. I think Nicki.
She stayed quiet for a long time though.
I think her antics though made her hiatus not long enough. I don't think her break was long enough, and then the way she tried, in the moments that she poked her head in against people that were winning and that we were rooting for. Remy came home, guess what happens? You pop up and have a battle with Remy. Cardi started winning, we all cheering for Cardi, you pop up and got a battle with Cardi.
Yes.
It's not only an oversaturation of you, it's an oversaturation of you in a way that makes you look like a hater, and right now we just don't want to see you.
She came back.
We don't want to see you in this realm. We don't want to see you show up at WrestleMania.
It's
You need to
not-
go do a movie.
it's
You
not
need to be The Rock right
monster.
now. Don't show up at WrestleMania. Go do a fucking movie. We'd rather see you in The Mummy than see you at WrestleMania right
I
now,
don't
Nicki.
understand the money, please.
No, I mean in terms of Nicki, we'd rather see you in a movie. Like we don't want to see you at what we know you for. We need to see you in a different light, in a character that matches your theatrics right now. You're bringing a lot of like WWE shit to wrestling, and don't nobody want to see that Vince McMahon shit. Like you need to go to the big screen with that and go fucking be an actor, yo. That's what you need to go do.
Instead of her coming back and letting us like appreciate her, she came back like a villain every time.
Exactly,
Like,
every time. Because it wasn't like she was. Nicki could have came back a lot of times, and when Remy came home and Cardi popped, she could have been like, "Hey bitches, we need to do Moulin Rouge and all that shit again."
Like I don't think she wants to do that. She
We need
doesn't
to-
want to do that.
But that's no. I don't think it's in her to know. Like I don't think it's her inclination, like her natural. I think some people naturally do certain shit. Like certain people naturally not haters, and I think some people naturally are haters. I think Nicki is naturally a hater. Like, and I don't think she a hater. I think she naturally a look at me person. But being a look at me person during other people's moments can make you.
Wild and insecure.
Yeah, basically. No, without a doubt she is. Without a doubt she is. I think that's why she just got Roman and all these different things. I think Nicki sometimes uncomfortable being Nicki.
And I would say, I would use the word insecure because it's like Beyonce knows she's Beyonce.
Without a doubt.
Beyonce doesn't, there's never like a conflict that people say, oh, this person's gonna take Beyonce's spot. Beyonce and everybody else just knows that that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna take Beyonce's spot. Nicki like feels threatened instantly if somebody else hits the scene. Like she's like, I refuse to share the stage. I will not share the spotlight. She like just spazzes and it's like, relax. Like you're the queen. We'll still see you as the queen. You don't have to act out. Like
when another queen comes in the room, Nicki needs to knock your crown off. When another queen comes in the room with Beyonce, it's just two queens in the room.
Exactly. Beyonce, there's no reaction.
It's just two queens in the room. When you go in the room with Nicki, if you're another queen, she gotta knock your crown off.
So that's what I take away from like your quote unquote queendom or kingdom.
I don't look at
if I gotta
knock Beyonce off though.
Yes, what I'm saying.
We can't deny what Nicki has done in this game, and Nicki's run. Whether you want to say it was unchallenged at the time that Nicki was making her run, Nicki made her run. So I'm not gonna.
No.
I'm not gonna.
But that's what I'm like. I respect Nicki's craft, and I'm a fan of like I'm saying. We're all talking about the old Nicki, but I think you take away from yourself if you can't deal with other people in the room. Like
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's whack.
You can walk in the camera, bro. They know you're here.
No, I'm not even walking.
Why not? You threw the camera off the chair already. Like we here now.
Yeah, we here.
Make an intro.
Pretty KC is in the building. Our executive producer, Kimberly. But yeah, like, who else is on that list? Sweetie, I've never heard a song of hers. Never heard a song.
There we go.
The only thing I know from Shorty is that
that,
she has a communications degree from USC and that she became a rapper after college and she's Gabrielle Union's cousin. That's the only things I know about her.
Yeah, you know
She is.
Icy?
Her and Gabrielle Union, her father and Gabrielle Union were first cousins.
I'm gonna just waterfall like real nigga.
Because I'm a sip mine. I ain't drinking. But yeah, to the best of my beliefs, I believe her father and Gabrielle Union are first cousins.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought up the Sweetie thing because I forgot about that real quick. Just like real quick. I just was like, when we was talking about Sweetie,
bro.
Honestly, pause. EJ really is like the Google of people's lives. It's almost scary. It's like
Wikipedia. Yeah.
No.
Walking.
Lightweight CIA. It's a little.
The facts.
Did you know the motherfucker was left-handed and was maybe possible?
Her and I have the same birthday. That's another reason why I feel like I held on to her for so long, but I had to let it go this year.
No, I just judge. I'm trying to like if I can take away antics and this, that, and the third. Even Nicki's last shit is what I'm saying, like Queen or whatever in the room. Is I'm not even. I listen to your shit and I listen to it 2 or 3 times, just off of like listenability. But if I'm not like Megan, if I'm in the car by myself, I will play Megan Thee Stallion shit. Damn near 4 or 5 songs before I switch the fucking track.
Duck lips and shoulders. That's all you get. I'm the baddest bitch in the room. Megan, come on. Give a fuck. So. And the bitch better than me in the room. Megan, come on.
I digress.
Like
her, Stefan Don, like Tokyo Jazz. Like I'll listen to their shit.
And also,
repeatedly
they live by what they say. Onika told us we couldn't fuck with no broke niggas, and you went and chose to date a felon, Onika.
I'm not even.
You cannot tell us what you told us to do that for so long.
You taking her outside. I was solely going off the fact I never replayed like. Like I was like, okay, look, I'll replay. I'm going off the fact I'll replay Big Old Freak. I haven't listened to Ganja Burns since the album dropped. Like I'm just like I'm going so good. I don't replay
Ganja Burns when the album dropped.
Exactly. Like I'm just going off the fact like I don't replay her music. I don't really replay a lot of. I don't really replay like a lot of.
I forgot the Queen was the album. I just remember Queen because of the radio show.
Yeah, I'm just going off of music quality and how the music makes me feel. Like I replay Cardi shit, whether you whatever. Cardi shit made me feel away. Like I was listening to Cardi when I realized I was liking it like that while doing curls. I like it like that. It's
not Cardi definitely got a nigga to work on a few days.
Yeah,
like a few mornings I have to wake up and turn on some Cardi.
And that's why like I don't like it's hard to.
I don't know
you judge music by the various ways you judge it, but some of that shit sometimes I'm like, this is how this shit make me feel. And I think Nicki is extremely talented, but Nicki hasn't made me feel a way in a long time. So
I think that's something that we've said 100 different times on this podcast about Nicki, and I think unfortunately Nicki is gonna get rushed off into the pantheon of fucking female MC greats sooner than she is supposed to. Before we know it, Nicki's only gonna be good for VH1 reunions and shit and honors and shit because I'm not gonna hold you up. Nikki came in at the sweetest fucking spot. All female. It was a lull in female rap on a major commercial level, and Nikki filled that gap. Maybe not even with skill. To some point with skill, but at some point it was a lot of luck and a lot of backing. I think she did have skill. I think she did have theatrics. I think she had talent. I'm not gonna say she had skill.
Okay.
Let me go back. I feel like she had talent. I feel like Nicki Minaj is a talented woman, and as a talented individual, she has been able to slide through the cracks of looking and imitating and acting. There's a clips line where Malice says, "Niggas think that I'm a rapper, huh? Well, I guess that makes me an actor because I'd rather clap a gun." Like, I think that's Nicki's thing, is that Nicki has pretended she was a rapper so long that we believe she's a rapper, but I think that's just a reflection of how great of an actor that she is that she's been able to emulate everything that a great rapper embodies, and she did it with a ghostwriter. Now that ghostwriter's been gone, she rapped someone else's lyrics, she rapped them with someone else's cadence, she rapped them with someone else's style, she rapped them with someone else's swag, and now that all of that has run out and expired, I just think that Nicki has now just been left with a loud voice.
Oscar over Grammys for Nicki.
Without a doubt. And again, I want to make sure that I champion the fact that I think she's a very talented woman. Without a doubt talented. I will never take that away. I feel like the things she does with Roman, I feel like exactly, and that's why I said she has some major luck in her backing, in which she was with a team of people who was the all-star team at the time. And I just think Nicki just fell into an amazing situation. Like I said, it was a lull in female hip-hop, and she just she fell into the best situation. Iggy Azalea, T.I. wasn't big enough to carry Iggy Azalea the same way Wayne was big enough to carry. Nicki was whack. Nicki is whack.
Iggy was whack, bro.
Yeah, Iggy was rough.
Iggy was whack start to finish. Like, there's nothing Iggy dropped that I was like, oh yeah. Nicki was dropping some shit. I was like,
you heard new songs like Party song, like, no.
Iggy went on stage and wasn't.
Why she? Grown ass man was out here like, nigga, Pink Print is fire. I don't know no nigga that was up. I don't know.
But that's because another grown ass man was right. No, we like niggas like Pink Print because another man was writing. That's why grown ass man fucks with Pink Print, because it was another nigga writing. And even then, it was female rap. It was female rap from a nigga perspective. So it was still talking about pussy and boom boom and all that.
I've never listened to a Nicki album in full.
There's no replay value to a Nicki album. Number one, there's no replay value. I've never listened to a full one. Like, let me say, I've never listened.
I love Nicki, but I've never listened to her album into an entirety. Like, no, I don't know.
If Nicki don't have a fire ass feature, my nigga, that shit a weed plate. Like, niggas is only rolling up blunts on niggas. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna hold you up, and that's no disrespect to her. Very talented woman. I've been slandering Nicki for a little too long, in my opinion, so I'm gonna get off this topic.
Yeah, I'm not trying to slander. I'm just saying, facts is facts.
Yeah, without a doubt. Something that was really random and funny that I kind of want to discuss. Not funny at all because I like the cat. Lonzo Ball. Everybody see what happened? Anybody see what happened?
The dude who took the money?
1.5 million. The co-owner, Alan Branch of Big Baller Brand, has taken.
I didn't do any research on this.
Okay, so again, I have insight on this. So what it is that last week the books for Big Baller Brand was audited. With the books being audited, Lonzo comes to find out that $1.5 million is missing. Alan Branch has no idea what the $1.5 million is. He is now fired and immediately separated from Lonzo immediately separates himself from him and the company. But this is the bigger thing. Alan Branch is supposedly the best friend of Lonzo's father, LeVar Ball. And in 2012, Alan Branch was also caught or involved in a fraud case for $4 million scheming investors. This happened in 2012. The family alleges they just found out about this last week. That was also part of the reason that the split happened.
Oh, that's fucked up. I was just about to try to pitch the thing like, could it be a mistake? But you kind of.
This man on the 2012.
1.5 million a mistake.
The 1.5 million this time. The previous time.
Mistake when you put that into my account.
I was gonna not about it being gone. I just was like, maybe it wasn't him. But.
A nigga put 1.5 million in my account. That's not a mistake, nigga. That's an investment. I will do the best I can with your money,
and you would never
and I'm gone.
Again.
Never.
I mean,
you will see it in my prosperity, nigga. But that's about it. That's what it is.
That's a stupid fucking move to take 1.5 million. Like, me with a nigga who.
But niggas don't look at their bank accounts.
That's not true. See, and this is the thing we have to. This is the thing we have to remember with Lonzo, though. Lonzo is a gentleman that has no outside investments. He can't even paint the illusion that he has enough incoming money because everything he done was in-house. His only outside revenue source was that of the Lakers.
BBB.
The Lakers was his only outside revenue source. BBB, he's actually an owner in and invested in. That's not outside revenue. That's you just trying to flip your own money. So you have nobody else outside of yourself paying yourself but the Lakers.
I don't understand how niggas.
So yes, he was watching his money.
Like,
or he was watching his money.
Last month though, wasn't it?
He was watching his. He should have been watching his money.
That blows my mind. Like, how does a nigga like? I'm not saying like, but how are you anywhere near like a professional athlete, whatever, making millions of dollars, but you maneuver like a nigga who works at Jack in the Box, like paycheck to paycheck. Like, I don't like. It makes no sense. Like how you. Yeah, like it makes no sense.
As people say, the more money you get, the more bills you acquire. So more times than not, So this is just my perspective as a nigga who's. I never went to the pros. I never got drafted. I never did none of that shit. But as somebody who played college football and has insight from people who have played these sports, you go into your first paycheck in the league, in any league you go into in debt more times than not. You go into that shit in debt. If it's not from your agent, if it's from the it's all more times than not. It's from the training fees you gotta pay to be able to train at the level it takes to be able to go to the professional ranks of something outside of your so when you're at school, the school is paying for that facility, those trainers, those people, and all of that. Only thing you have to do is produce a product. Once you're preparing for the draft, all of that becomes your own shit. So more times than not, as soon as college is done for you, you are on your own tab. You were broke in college anyway, so you was probably on your own tab already then. As a college athlete, you have to keep up an image and look a certain way and all that shit. And college not giving you no money.
Trying to get past it and paying athletes, which I'm here for.
Yeah, of course. But like my whole thing is you go into this shit, bro. When you see these niggas going across the draft, that shit that they don't. The same way we go, artists and record labels don't know that your record label's giving you all this shit, but you're gonna pay for it on the back end. That's the same way these agents do these players.
I know that they're broke going in, but you get this deal, you pay for your. Like you're saying, your trainer and all this other shit.
Once you back pay, now on top of that, first off, taxes take off half of whatever you get. So if you got $1 million, 500,000 of that is gone already. So you got 500,000 to operate. On top of that, then you gotta pay 10% to your lawyer, to your not even 10%. You gotta pay your back pay to your agent. Then you gotta pay the 10% fee for your agent for however many months that he's been doing. So that's included back pay. Once you get him up to date, that's another 10% that you're going right there. Mm-hmm. After that, so 10% of the 500,000 that puts, or even. If they go in 10% of $1 million, that goes you at that gets you at 100,000. Now you have 400,000 of your own money after taxes in that 10%. And then on top of that, just to be able to live, probably pay off student loans that you probably did incur, or whoever in your family took out the loans for you to be able to live through college. Because more times than not, these niggas go broke. I mean, these people go to college broke, and somebody in the family is supporting them until that investment pays off for them.
If I'm a person like Ball, I'm like an average walk-on athlete, I'm understanding. But I'm a person like Ball. I have a full ride and all this other shit, so I'm not in. Even that scenario, fuck it, I'll take that scenario where I'm getting in debt. You still have to eat. If I'm in the realm, I'm not taking any of that away. You pay all these expenses off. You're still getting the checks. You get the endorsements. My thing is, I don't understand.
He has no endorsements.
I don't understand you.
He owns his shoe company and his apparel company, and it's on back order for a lot of his shit. So he don't have no revenue stream outside of the money that he made for the Lakers.
So when you make your money, my thing is like. I don't follow this particular individual. I'm generalizing now. I don't know if we're being specific to him, I don't know enough about him.
Okay.
But generalizing, you still see this issue with a lot of athletes, and it's like, would it be that hard for you to do, I don't know, nigga, 6 months of just, you don't gotta live like a bum, but you just can't, like, living like a bum is your regular thing. So you don't have to come out and buy a Benz. You don't gotta come out and buy an apartment that's overpriced in fucking Hollywood. Like, you could just chill, like, live in your town where you play, get a decent place to stay, a decent car, and you do your job. 6 months to a year, you do your fucking job and you stack in.
The issues don't come there. The issues come when the athletes try to do the thing that what everyone tells them to do and diversify your portfolio, and you end up getting hit with the scam. More times than not.
I'm talking about stack. I'm not even saying diversify.
No, after you stack, you take that money and you want to make that money make more money. So at a 6 month check in the league, even if that's $3 million, you still might take $1 million of that to go and put that away to go, I'm going to diversify my portfolio. Spend, like I said, first off, it's getting taxed off rip. So if you got $3 million again, you got 1.5. You're taking 500,000 of that. That's 33% of your money right there. That's a third of your money right there. That's going into an account to be diversified. Say you're gonna live off a third, and then the other third you're gonna actually save. That's only $500,000 that you've actually saved out of $3 million. Mm-hmm. You got 500,000. In reality, yes, we can say, yo, that is a lot of money. But after just your living standards, and even if it's just I got an apartment here somewhere that got a doorman, and I can make sure that fans don't run in my shit, and all this and all that. Like, and I understand we going but like in reality, that's that. Like we don't know that life.
I'm 100% not doing that. Like, give me a nice house somewhere, something where I don't need a door. I don't need that. Like,
but okay, but you still gotta pay taxes on that home.
I mean, I can still like I can do that, but I just
and
know
then
I
9 times out of 10, you gotta pay maintenance on that house because you gotta remember you're on the road for a fourth of the year. If you live single, if you live with somebody, depending on your house, still requires maintenance from shit.
Or even if I
just
did the apartment, I can get a nice apartment but without all that extra amenities, doorman shit. I just need a cool place to live until I'm at a status of a LeBron or Kobe where I can really throw it like that. But if I can't throw it, I'm still going to.
Sometimes your fame can be for your money, bro. So you got to protect yourself from shit. That's just. I understand what you're saying, bro, and I understand. Like,
I give me that goddamn it, and I'm gonna be, I'm too regular, man. Like,
you fuck around and shoot.
Hey, shit, you right there. Like,
got that foul.
Yeah, shit.
Milwaukee Bucks player Timothy Harris has shot a 13-year-old white boy because he attempted to get an autograph at a Safeway grocery store.
That boy ran down. Okay. Don't do this.
I completely understand what you're saying.
But yeah, I'm not
the
trying
realities of like what
I'm
it is
trying
to diversify that portfolio and exist and invest and flourish in those worlds.
I'm not trying to
Sometimes
not
we
be
miss that.
understanding of what they live through.
The
But it's
reality
like, you guys
of it.
gotta live a little smarter. That's all.
And I mean, when we look at in reality, nigga, how much time do you spend and dedicate to lifting weights and training just to be a nigga that looks nice? And these niggas trying to not only look nice, but be the best athletes on the world, nigga. That's a lot of time invested. Can't afford to be a CPA at the same time, nigga. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, shit. If I was that, I wouldn't have no time to get in trouble. Like I don't do shit now. So
not even in trouble. Somebody got time to steal your money though when you try to be one of the best athletes in the goddamn world. Like it's 53 niggas on the squad, and basketball is 15 niggas on the squad. It's 30 teams. Nigga, that's only how many other niggas it is to be the best in the world. I'm sorry, I don't feel like doing math right now. Keep your judgment, whoever I see you.
You did way more than me.
You.
Yeah, you did way more math.
Whoever that is listening, I see you judging me for not doing that, man.
Yeah, like that. Man. Like that. I just want y'all to be better, man. I'm rooting for y'all.
Without a doubt.
I am really happy about but that shit would be funny. So I know there's like really elite, white people like, fuck, we're paying them in college for it. Cause they built this stadium. Nigga, I'm not coming to watch you coach. Nigga, I'm not coming here for high SAT scores. I'm coming here to watch fucking Zion dunk that shit out the fucking gym.
A nigga ain't never paid to see Bobby Knight throw a chair on the floor. No nigga ever gave a fuck.
I've never come to watch the Mad Hatter, but I'll watch Odell catch a motherfucking touchdown pass.
Without a doubt, nigga stop the world when Odell get traded.
Exactly. So that shit's cool. Anybody say they shouldn't get paid, you wow. As much money goes to as many jerseys niggas bought, that shit's fucking crazy. That's even a topic.
Not even that, man. I've been a regular college kid and like stars.
Yes,
I can imagine a nigga telling me that I can't make I've been a college kid that had a college job like that. Like after I played football, I was a nigga that was broke as a scholarship athlete and also somebody who didn't play and just had to live and have the ability to be able to work and make money and eat and shit. And it's a completely different life. And it's a really shitty life when a nigga tell you like you can't even legally work. Like you can't even go get a job on campus or deliver newspapers. I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to do for money, you just can't do it.
Yeah,
That's a really fucked up way to live.
As an individual, and I think about that shit as like, one day, whenever that happens to me as a future parent, like, what the fuck, bro? I'll be mad as shit. Like, I wouldn't be able to even enjoy watching my kid play because I'm like, nigga, my son, y'all building a whole new whatever section. I know my son got my daughter got 5 or 6% on that. You motherfuckers not gonna cut the check.
Not even that. I could sit there and look at my child on the sideline when he take his helmet off, or when he come out the basketball game and be like, that nigga look hungry.
I don't know. I don't see my son taking no helmet off, bro, unless that's a motherfucking baseball helmet. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Football's last one. Like if you choose
if he, my kid loves it, like I'm not gonna knock it,
I'm not gonna force you, but like
basketballs, baseballs, soccer balls,
we're gonna
all
go
that
down.
shit
We're
first.
gonna go down the list.
You're gonna have to really find football and love it. That's what I love to death, but no.
Yeah.
It's not an option for my son at all. I'm just giving it as just a generalization. My son can't play football. Yeah, that's just it. I give a fuck. We can fight about it.
Yeah.
And if he lose the fight, I'm gonna be like, how the fuck you gonna play football if you can't win a fight? Like you can't even take a punch. How you gonna get CTE, nigga?
Exactly.
Your first concussion, look at you. You down and out. Nigga, you gonna be down for like 4 weeks. How you gonna go across the middle and get hit by a safety?
Yeah,
Fuck out of here. I seen
wild.
Mike Tyson saying that he was telling his son that Mike Tyson's son wanted to be a boxer, and Mike Tyson told his son like, "Are you crazy? Like you grew up crazy."
Oh my god, no, not the accent, not the list, not the list.
No, Mike's?
obviously Mike told his son, like, yo, you grew up rich.
Yeah,
Can you imagine if you came across me?
Yeah, Mike's point was
like,
really serious.
if you had to fight me, you would die.
Yeah, because Mike was like, I'm fighting my trauma in here. Like, you don't have any problems, bro.
Mike said, yo, I was adopted by a white man. I finally had a mother and a family, and every night this white man massaged me and hypnotized me and told me I was a champion. I was the greatest person in the world. I was going to be the greatest thing in the world. I was amazing. Do you know how hard I was fighting not to lose that? You can't come across you were raised as a millionaire. You can't come across me and think you gotta fight that and win.
Mike said,
that's my son. Like
Mike said, 20-year-old me will beat you to.
My son, like I grew up like my parents provided a nice life for me, but like I was playing football to get my family out of Compton. Like I was playing to get my family out the hood, my nigga. I would hate for my son to come across me and live in a nice life in the suburb and fucking think he's gonna like play defensive end and line up against me and get a sack. Nigga, please. I'm about to embarrass you. I'm finna do a UFC move on you. It's a college recruiter in the stands. I'm trying to get to college. I'm finna fuck you up.
Like I said, nigga, I beat you to death.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Is I wouldn't want my kids. I wouldn't want my kids to come up against me at my age that they are now. Like I wouldn't ever. My son is 4. I wouldn't want him to come up against 4-year-old me.
I wouldn't even that. I just wouldn't want I just don't think football players. And I've said this a number of times before, so I don't want to sit on it. I just don't think they're taking care of them. Like it's too. No, it's too. Yeah, they throw them away like just far too
Especially
easily.
for what they go through,
and they're still, and even still, like in basketball. I mean, in all sports talked about, but in basketball, it's still. I mean, my bad. In football, you hear it on all levels. It's really talked about like you should be happy to be here, and it's like, nigga, this is a business. Like they talk about them like they're boys, and I'm just like, I would never want to subjugate my child through that.
2 things that let me know that it's still a slavery mentality.
Very much so.
In football. Number 1 is that you should be happy to be here thing, just like you said. And number 2, it's still a such thing as a steal in football. And let me explain what I mean by that. When you sign a it's still steals and robberies in football. When you sign a really, really good player for really cheap, the team got to steal. Got a really good player for cheap. That was a great deal. The great GM, he wins GM of the year. It was a steal. If you are a player who has performed well, gets a good contract, and then you sign that good contract and then don't perform up to the same way you did to earn that contract, you were a bust. You were a waste of money, and you robbed the team. That's what lets me know that this is still that exchange is still happening. Basketball players ain't bust. Nigga, wash out the league. Don't nobody pay him no attention. The Lakers are still paying Luol Deng, and don't nobody give a fuck. Nobody's mentioning that nigga. That nigga signed a $72 million contract. Greg Oden, number 1
That
pick.
nigga showed up and sat down and made more money than
They said he didn't even bring no shoes to training camp. He brought a seat cushion. Bro. He just sat down on the bench.
Sat down.
I don't need no shoes. I ain't playing coach. I need a seat cushion. That's all he brought. That's it. So yeah, I just think it's still like a huge slavery mentality. Speaking of that, we always looking at the NFL with the settlement with Colin Kaepernick and all of this stuff, and we watched that from the outside and we observed that. Allegedly, Colin Kaepernick, when they were alleging the settlement, Colin Kaepernick got paid between $60 and $80 million for this alleged settlement. After that, there was supposedly an NDA signed, and now they're disclosing that the NFL is alleging that they only paid $10 million for this settlement to Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reed. Number 1, do we believe this? Number 2, if it is true, do we feel it was worth it?
I don't know if I believe it. Like, I don't know, that kind of is equivalent of like, motherfucker said they fuck. I only get a motherfucking hand job. You mean fuck. Like, so I don't know. Like,
he didn't make me come.
Yeah,
the way they reacted in the beginning, it's not what made people think it was so much more because of how they like, when it all first happened, it was like, weren't they like not even revealing it, right? Wasn't that how it? Like,
and that's my whole thing is that if an NDA is disclosed, how is the NFL disclosing the amount that was settled for, but not violating the NDA? How does that work?
Right, that part.
It's a non-disclosure agreement, but you're disclosing the amount that these people were paid.
Exactly.
How are you not violating that NDA? And of course, everyone is alleging that it's sources. We always know the sources always release everything.
Somebody tell that shit.
I love the sources. Shout out to the sources in the world.
You're our sources.
Shout out to my sources.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know. I think them like going. I don't know. I don't think they've ever been clearly like not for any of this Colin Kaepernick shit. So I'm always like a weird conspiracy nigga. So I feel like anything they can do to kind of just disrupt it, to be like, yeah, he took money, but he took less money. He lost. It disrupts his stance. It makes everything that like he was rooting for. Like he took. Like you guys lost in this. So I don't know. I'm back and forth on that. And I forgot the second part of the question. Like if he did take.
Oh, if it was true, is that a loss? That he took $10 million. He and Eric Green took $10 million, which basically is $5 million apiece. Is that?
I mean, it'd be a loss if. I mean, I guess. To me, it's only a loss if I don't know, like Eric Green going back to play for $5 million, but making all this shit, kicking up a shitstorm. Even though I don't know what. Like, if you took the money and then went back to make them money and still took pennies, that's fine. If they paid you and you still like, nigga, fuck y'all, I don't see it as a loss. They just did what they gonna do. Cause like it's like, I don't know. I'm more and more. I don't know, on like a hour-to-hour basis, less and less enchanted with the idea of pleading with the sympathy of my oppressor.
Gotcha.
So it's like, if I'm begging you to like, you guys need to acknowledge, which is what he was doing all this for. You guys need to acknowledge the fact that police are out here murdering, black men, of color at an alarming rate. And they're like, it's not a thing. It doesn't happen. I didn't see it. It didn't happen in my neighborhood. So if I'm looking at them, I'm over the fact of trying to make motherfuckers who choose like my narrative doesn't exist to try to like force it. I'm like, if you don't fuck with it, then fuck you. You gave me $5 million, trying to give me hush money. I'm gonna take this 5, put it back in my community. Y'all can suck my dick. Like if Colin just takes that money and is like, all right, y'all niggas pay, y'all still fucking niggas. I'm gonna still do my Know Your Rights campaign. I'm gonna still take my shit across the country. I'm gonna still build us and whatever. And y'all can still be racist piece of shit. Then I would look at that as like a win. But to take a lesser amount and then go back
to the slave plantation.
Especially now when I see fucking like Troy Polamalu up here promoting in ulterior leagues. If you want to play ball and like make.
He was offered by the AAF to play in their league, alleged by the AAF that Colin wanted too much money to play in their league.
Then you just don't play. Then don't play football. Then that's it. Like it's chill. Like football at the end all be all. Like
yeah, you just gonna protest and shoot dice.
Yeah, nigga, be an activist. Like go out there and do that.
You gonna be an activist or sip activist. That's it.
Yeah, if you like, cause one thing is like it gotta be if you did this and it's bigger than football, then you should have been prepared for football to be the day you took the knee. You had to be prepared for football to be out of your life forever.
Without a doubt.
Like you like that's one thing. Like niggas take these cool stances for like Instagram likes and like that's a shirt and I've seen this like topic come up on other social media platforms like we're not our ancestors, which is a stupid fucking shirt because your ancestors ready to die in the street for it.
Gang.
Yeah, like
Gang.
Everybody out here now, y'all ready to get Instagram likes for it, to get a couple cool like hugs and like interviews for it. And if they're like, okay, but there's niggas out like right up the street, there's a march and they shoot, but it's really about the shit you gonna go. Whoa, they're what? They're shooting. Wow, damn.
Not even that. We ain't gonna go that far. Say they shoot. They have water hoses and dogs.
Fuck that. If they was up the street fighting, half you niggas wouldn't go.
Nah, yeah, like I know.
Like, fuck that. If it was equal, like,
ain't even gotta go that far, bro. A lot of y'all grandparents who had the chance to go out there and get sprayed with water hoses, pussy. So genetically, y'all fucking niggas. I ain't gonna hold you up. No matter what project you was raised in, genetically you a fuck nigga. It's in your DNA, bro. Like your grandmama, your granddaddy was a pussy and your grandmama was a fuck bitch. Like you genetically wasn't gonna do shit when it pop off. Like we already know who y'all is. So we already know, yo, like you's a fuck nigga. So when the revolution come, we ain't even gonna bother to come holler at y'all. We just gonna set your house on fire and knock the doors from the outside.
When the revolution, like that's one thing. Like
I'm
with getting all my people together, but I think there is something not talked about. When the revolution comes, every nigga ain't gonna make it. It's gonna be a lot of
my nigga, because we already know that a lot of niggas, more times than not, like, it was a nigga telling the master about the revolt that was getting ready to happen, or the escape that was getting ready to happen. So look, man, any of you niggas that show any skepticism when the revolution is getting ready to happen,
niggas forget, Django shot Steven too. But everybody know.
We just gonna tell y'all the revolution gonna happen 2 days after it's supposed to happen. And you gonna wake up on the 19th and everybody gonna be gone. And you still gonna tell the master like it was supposed to be on the 21st. He gonna be like, hey nigga, how you know you was supposed to read? How you know how to read? You gonna be like, oh shit, I done fucked up. And then
nigga, who taught you out to go?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, master, I don't know how to math. Like, Somebody's gonna light you on fire.
Hey, speaking of
Tar and failure.
speaking of
fuck,
you
nigga.
know, terrible white people, do you think old boy gonna really just bust Trump ass open with this Russia shit?
See, that's the whole thing. Hey. I don't know. Look,
It was random white dude.
Speaking of racist white men, then these two niggas walk by.
I don't know. They might be cool.
Nah, that was Fat Jeff Foxworthy. He looks like he was racist.
Holy shit.
A white man with a push broom mustache and a NASCAR hat on. Can I get a swig of the shot?
A swig of the shot.
A swig of the shot.
A swig of the shot.
I still gotta go somewhere after I leave here, so I'm sipping out a shot glass, y'all. I'm being a responsible drinker.
Oh, you in that camera? I was like, oh, baby, my bad, I forgot that. That man really got a swig of the shot.
Swig of the shot.
Let me know when you doing the comic book shit.
It's going. We gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta just set that up.
It ain't no setting up. That's a click of the fingers and a quick thing.
Pretty much.
We'll get it
Panel
done.
snap.
We'll get it done.
Think of it like we got. It's one name.
Let me tell y'all something. Anytime any of my friends mention anything about EJ, it's coming to fruition, bitch, because I'm finna make it happen. I asked Chardon, she got lectured today. Everybody's gonna fucking get it. Cause I need 100,000 off all of y'all $1 million. I need my 10%. I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm charging niggas for the intellectual properties, consulting fees, all that shit. That's how I make my money. I'm Steve Stout, you niggas.
But yeah,
For the niggas who don't know who Steve Stout is, get your Googles up. But speaking of white men, I was gonna slide through the cracks and get over with shit. Robert Kraft got the greatest deal in the motherfucking world. Today is Saturday.
That's a lot of whiteness.
Today is Saturday, March 23rd. Because I had another segue that I was gonna use because
It's just a lot of white men doing shit. I hope that dude bust Trump ass open. That nigga's on crack. You're not opening the door for you. Damn, keep walking. That white man is super
man is having his own private party in front of his door. He is.
Hey, he waved 3 times. These ain't jokes, folks. I was real concerned because there's only glass here, and I'm just like, crackhead is a wild strength.
Just ain't wanting to play like this backpack ain't right here next to
And
me.
Shark, you bad in the crisis, so I feel like I would have to fight a lot longer because you would trip and fall into the car. Well, see, Chardon would like stumble right here, and he would have a way out. I'd be like, bro, if we could all turn and run, I wouldn't worry about it. But Chardon would make you have to like defend.
Shout it. Shout it.
It always comes back.
Shout it.
If he busts through that window right now, what you gonna do? Like what?
Really hard to
Like how? Like would you? Do you like?
If I defend, there's a lot of obstacles. There's a lot of
have to
things
go
in
that
the
far.
way.
I'm not talking about it either.
I'm just letting you know. We can stop the conversation there. I don't even want to play the hypotheticals because we record at the Dirty Laundry Shop and y'all been running down on Adam 22 from No Jumper podcast with them pistols. I just want to let y'all know that at the Dirty Laundry Shop we have security.
Pick one. Just one out. Just which one?
Just won't let y'all know.
I mean, if we're gonna be completely real, I should.
Security. Nah, because this is the second time this week. Speaking of that, the No Jumper podcast, Adam 22 records at a bike shop off of like fucking Melrose somewhere in LA on some shit. I maybe shouldn't announce it because he keep getting fucking robbed there, but fuck it.
Yeah.
On some shit on Fairfax.
I mean, you're not letting
fucking bike shop.
They keep robbing the nigga there. They know.
He keep getting robbed there. But on some shit bike shop is owned by Adam 22 from No Jumper podcast. For you guys that don't know, the white boy with all the tats that be interviewing all the SoundCloud rappers, he owns that. And this nigga has been robbed repeatedly this week. And I'm just saying, we record at a storefront, and I just don't want nobody to come and walk past this glass window.
And the nigga sound like he was Final Form Bo. Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I say that.
That's how Bo is.
Shit, get your throat, nigga. Your throat.
You okay?
Stuff in here, your throat.
Oh, fuck.
It's in your throat.
You niggas crazy.
Wait, what happened with Bo?
You made that way when you talked about him. I just was like, my goddamn, nigga, that nigga's Final Form Bo. Like,
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
That's wild.
But
Yeah,
got a poor connection, nigga? Who got a poor connection? I ain't not on the Wi-Fi. No, it was 2 other white men I wanted to discuss because I don't feel comfortable discussing more than 3 white men in one show. So who do we talk about first?
I don't know. We went through Kraft. It's nothing much.
We had a session on Kraft for I brought up Kraft.
You brought up,
but I had another white man after that. So that's 3 white men, right?
It's the one I had. The Trump thing hasn't come to fruition yet. He just has his.
Okay, so we're not gonna discuss that. We're gonna say that. So we're only discussing 3 white people, 3 white men.
It's a 3 white man limit.
Yeah, it's a 3. It's I'm only discussing 3 white billionaires at a time on my podcast.
We're gonna get mayo, tartar sauce, and ranch. That's it.
And the only,
nothing else.
Whipped cream just not gonna make it on this one, champ.
Take that sour cream, get it the fuck out of here.
Sour cream, whip all the creams. They gotta go. Robert Kraft, who got the greatest fucking deal in the history of criminal organization deals.
So what you're saying is all I got to do is say, wow, y'all niggas were oof.
Robert Kraft's deal, for those that do not know, only thing that man would have had to do was look at the video, look at the evidence that was against him and say, yeah, if y'all would have took me in court, y'all would have convicted a nigga. And they're going to let him off with that.
So wait.
Exactly. I usually am like the biggest fan against dead air, but I had to take a second to actually let that sit in.
I mean,
the idea of what the fuck was
before I get into just, I don't give a shit if the nigga got a jaywalking ticket. Like, this is wildly white and rich. Was it? Because I just want to feel as about his crime first. Because was he just buying pussy, or was he like involved in like a fucking?
It was just buying pussy, because apparently the owner of
like a ring of like
the owner who actually owns the owner who owns the place has been interviewed and investigated and has said that she did not know they was in there selling pussy, and that she's been investigated and no ring has been found. And so it looks like just independently a few girls that was in there giving massages was slinging pussy on the side. And Robert just knew the girls that was slinging pussy.
Robert wasn't even, okay, in that case, Robert wasn't even buying pussy. Robert was just, what really was fucked up, they should give him his money back, because Robert was buying to not have a headache.
That's the whole
He was paying to just not have nobody fuck with him afterwards. He was like,
because you never pay a hoe to fuck. You paying that bitch to leave. You paying a hoe to leave. You're not paying to fuck.
He wasn't paying for pussy, he was paying for peace.
That's it.
Fuck that up.
I paid to not have a text message from you. Let me tell you something. A lot of people think a nigga who paid for pussy
that's why he got that deal.
Can't get no pussy.
That's why it's not whiteness. He got that deal because he's the victim.
Exactly.
He got that
because he's been victimized by this, by the non-confidentiality of that pussy. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. That's toxic femininity.
Yeah, that's what it is. It was a deal, and then they went against the grain.
Toxic femininity.
He should have called
toxic femininity.
He should have called August Alsina, man. It was going against. It was going against the
toxic
grain.
Femininity.
It was going against the grain. Yeah.
Toxic femininity.
Yep.
What's the definition?
It's
when a man comes to buy
peace
peace and you give him problems. Toxic femininity.
When I got my receipt
for peace.
When I purchased pussy, keep my receipt, and it's that within 30 days and the cops is at my house. That's toxic femininity.
That receipt say 2 lowercase p's, pussy and peace, and they hit him back with a big P for problems. He just
I ain't pay for that.
No, I'm not gonna pay for that. I ain't pay for that. I ain't pay. This is not what I asked for.
Ew.
You go to the seafood spot, nigga, obviously you're gonna take it back, right?
That man, what you want. That's it. That man that used up all his bandwidth to go on Backpage.com and find a nice location that he can get some remote pussy.
He was on Billionaire Backpage too.
Well,
soft as hand.
He went on Backpage on the incognito page on Google.
She had the soft.
That was the incognito page, and now he done went on there to find him some nice discreet
I
pussy.
heard she wore silk gloves full of Vaseline, and he went in there, paid for that top tier treatment.
Velvet glove with an iron dick in it.
Man, look.
That's all I'm saying.
That nigga had experimental Viagra from overseas.
They got a barter system. He traded macaroni for that pussy.
It ain't even a blue pill, it's turquoise.
Okay, so if we're on the topic of toxic.
Let's do it real quick. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay,
Kodak Black is toxic.
Without a doubt.
As fuck.
Kodak.
Wait, hold on, wait. Let's stop. First, let me find out what part I'm saying toxic to. Toxic in what way?
Kodak said he was going to
stop. Wait, I want her to explain this.
He said he was going to hit her with the Snickers, baby. She said Young M.A. wasn't the same when she hungry.
Is that what you're talking about?
Snickers for. He said you're not the same when you're hungry. He just said she was hungry. He said she needed to get something.
Hold on. So this is my whole thing. Can I ask you a question? How are we mad at Kodak for trying to turn Young M.A. when Young M.A. made music about turning straight women all the time?
Not dropping the mic.
I got no response.
I feel attacked. I feel really overwhelmed. Listen.
I'ma swig my sip real quick.
Okay.
Goddamn swig this bitch.
Nigga dropped the mic.
I heard what you said, but what I'm saying is
that thing hot, daddy. That thing hot. Young M.A. had a dildo in her jeans Young M.A. be out here spending that mad niggas' girlfriends, and now all of a sudden, now nigga mad because the nigga done. Oh, okay.
You had Big 6, huh?
Had Big 6 on their ass.
I had Big 6.
Only thing Kodak said was, I'm fucking Young M.A. long as she got a coochie.
How you don't like to be penetrated?
This all I'm saying is Young M.A. done said mad times. Young M.A. spit at chicks and try to turn them out. How you mad at this man? And how now you gonna see him when you see him, and when I see him I'm gonna take care of it and y'all dick riding and all that.
Was she serious? I saw the thing when she was eating pancakes. But was she mad about it first?
I just want to answer to any of the questions I asked.
I mean, yeah. If she don't want your coochie, take coochie. She want coochie too.
Okay, well.
Coochie more important than water, man.
I wasn't expecting you to say that, so.
I mean, I just want to know, has anybody thought about that?
I didn't, so now that's where I'm at.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're going to move on to the next topic. So y'all can respond.
I mean, I guess
I'm actually going to use this as a soundbite so people can go ahead and respond to that on Instagram and Twitter and all that
still
shit.
makes
Because I really want to answer to that.
But
I mean,
wrong about what? He shot a shot. He shot a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, if he shot...
He shot a shot.
Was he just shooting a shot or was he badgering? Because it makes it seem like he was badgering. But if he just shot a shot and she was like, no, nigga, then he just shot a shot.
That was the problem. People felt like shit.
Yeah.
They're so chipper on me.
He coming back here.
He coming back.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I was just like, everybody.
But no, if he's just shooting a shot, then the nigga shoot a shot. Like, all you gotta say is no.
I shot my shot at somebody that the rest of the world don't think attractive. And so now I'm what? I'm weird. What am I?
I
She
don't
don't
think
look
it's
like
that.
my
I
young
thought
wife.
people were having a problem with the fact that he like had said like multiple things. No? Wasn't
Yeah, I
that the
think
problem?
He never. What did he say though? Like
I know he said
commented
something to it
and
and he
then
put
he
it in a
went-
song.
I never seen the comment.
He said a comment, then I think he.
I know the lyric was, I'm fucking young and May long. She got a coochie. She said she put the crack in her booty. She said you got a crack
And
in her
then
booty.
the other thing he said was on live.
He said that. He said something on live, and I want to say
He said she not the same when she. What did he say? She went on. I never seen nothing else. That
No,
he
he
said.
did. He did something in the song. Then he did the thing on live after she got
I
married.
think
He said a
commented
statement
Yeah.
prior to the song.
When her and Nikki did the comments together, he commented.
He said something. So I mean, if you keep fucking with somebody, I guess like she has a right to be like, I don't fuck with it. But I mean, what you gonna say? When you see it?
So. I mean, I get you. All right.
I mean, I guess like she got a right. I mean, you can say what you. My thing is, you can say what you want to say.
I'm not gonna. Hold on. I'm not gonna defend it because I don't want to go too far and let people think I'm okay with what Kodak's doing. I'm not.
No,
I'm not for harassment. I had a question about shooting a shot, and then if you harassing, that's a whole different goddamn. Emilio,
Stepson.
Dirty Bros in the building. Shout out Emilio, my stepson in the building.
Oh my God! Oh shit!
What's up?
What's up, my guy?
Dirty Bros is in the building.
Fuck this shit.
Emilio DeMarco, what's up, man?
Let's get it.
What's
How's it
going on?
going? Let me know.
Y'all check it
Go
out.
listen to Dirty Bros.
Dirty Bros podcast. Y'all check them out. But yeah, that's my whole thing. If he was just shooting a shot, then that's one thing. But if he's harassing and he's being a harasser,
I'm gonna start over.
he's being a harasser.
Yeah, if he's harassing, well, it seems like he's
Yeah,
leaning
sexual
towards harasser. Then
harasser.
that's terrible. But in his defense, if he just shooting a shot and she get mad, then he shoot a shot and she got mad. Like what's that shit Charlamagne always say? Like you can say what you want, you just can't tell nobody else how to feel about it. Like whatever the fuck you want. If you want to get mad about it, I guess. But it seems like he's getting into the argument. I think is he's getting into the harassment realm. Or just keep like he's doing it to troll her, fuck with her. That's like I don't know, whatever, my nigga. You did make a good point. Like a nigga tried you because you got y'all biologically compatible.
I think that's toxic femininity again. It's like we didn't even think about the fact. See, I think that was a perfect example. Is that like a woman does it to other women, so there's like leeway that y'all give her, even though she's emulating male tactics, but she's still a woman. So it's still like
I was thinking a woman came back and said the same. She said, "I want no goddamn pussy." Like if a woman did that, would be having the same argument. Like Young M.A. tries woman, and she was like, "What the fuck up you is?"
No, I just think that's just like the idea of like it because it comes in a different packaging. It's different. Like you can press some, if you a stud and you pressing somebody, if you a stud and you pressing another woman, does it come across the same as like
yes, I don't. For me personally, from experience, I don't like any aggression. I don't like stud or male aggression. All that shit can go. Y'all need to back up. Like, I don't like it from either one. Just back the fuck up. I don't like that shit.
All you bitches that look like Lil Wayne and hang out on Taco Tuesday. All you Allen Iverson looking bitches that's hanging out at the GS. Bitching there doing crossovers and trying to holler at young ladies. And now shit.
I've had multiple experiences. I don't know why there's a lot, you know, in Tucson, Arizona, and they are just very aggressive. They really.
She said
it's a lot in Tucson, Arizona.
If you are looking for a stud,
she said it's
Tucson, Arizona, baby. You
she
find,
said the fact that this is compounded by Chardon literally saying that Tucson is where dreams go to die.
Go get you one. Go get you one.
There's a pack of studs looking like coyotes hanging out at local.
They
so basically, man, if you're looking for a nice, you know, stud woman, you take yourself out there.
And they're almost. I want to say sometimes the experiences I've had some experience. Maybe it could be really aggressive, but I've had almost more aggressive experiences with studs. Because one time, you know, I can't see from afar, so I was at a pool party and I was afar and I was staring at this person from across the pool.
Oh shit! I thought you had a dick. Bitch,
a fight broke out, so I had to get closer as we were exiting, and I realized it was a woman, and it was kind of late because I think she thought something was happening. When I realized that she had titties bigger than mine, I was like, "Oh no, sweetie, I was wrong." Like, no. So I just kind of scooted out of the party because, but
Shark said,
really,
that nigga never skipped chest day.
Really.
From afar, I just seen cornrows in the neck tattoo.
I did. I was like,
oh no, you have pussy lips like me, bitch. I gotta get out of here.
I was like, so cute, and then I got up close. I was like, you're such a woman. We're twins, please. No.
That's so bad. I don't know.
So sorry.
Look, bitch, I'm not really into bumping camel knuckles, so I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
I don't even know how to get into like what happens after that. Like
what?
Alright, I'm sorry. I've been watching Michael Che stand up over and over this week, and that nigga said, I hate watching lesbian porn because you never know when it's over. That nigga said, I need to get evidence.
I always think, what's that nigga like Rod, man? I think like I'm a real top-notch fanger.
What? Alright, so this is some ill shit. I'm gonna tell you this story real quick, dude. We can probably go in the podcast after I ask you one more question and your story. When I was in high school, right, that shit was like just coming out, and he had just did like the fanger. I'm a fangerer. I literally went around my high school on the football team, and I asked niggas if they want to be certified fangerers. And I made
oh my god,
little business cards that said fanger, like fangerers club. It was like certified fangers.
Things like that let me know.
I passed those out.
The internet,
so that might have been toxic in my time.
The internet should have came. Like the internet had came in high school. Like I would have never probably went to college.
Certified fangers.
So much goofy shit and just
because it was fangerers. Fangerer.
Oh my god.
Smell my fingers. I fangered them.
But yeah,
shout out Robin. That was the greatest shit ever. Fangerer.
He should have been way more famous.
Oh my god. Like the internet didn't come in time for a lot of niggas. I feel bad for a lot of niggas. If Comedy View and Def Comedy Jam would have had the internet, like that shit would have been hamburger. Like come on, shake it, quack quack. Like it would have been so many other niggas that would have just blew up. Like hamburger. Yeah, there would have been so many other niggas that would have been great. Alright, so let's just end on a serious note real quick. My question was, since this is the third white man I'm gonna discuss. Have I discussed another white man? I don't think so, so I can discuss the third one. Joe Biden announcing that he's gonna run for the presidency. Do we think he can overthrow King Donald?
I mean, I don't think there should be much.
Hey, real quick, is Donald really as bad as a president as we feel like this nigga is? Because he's talking about forgiving student loans. Real quick, just if this nigga gets Navy and the fuck out the gym, can we kind of think about forgiving this nigga?
No, I think Donald's trash.
Okay, I just want to think about it.
Like,
I'm not gonna hold you niggas up. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Y'all can look at me how y'all want to. If this wall doesn't get built and this nigga get rid of student loans, Donald Trump wasn't that bad to me.
No, I just think Donald's saying shit. Like, I don't think, I think Donald.
Yeah, I've had a lot of shit said to me in my life. I've lived in Mississippi and Louisiana.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't really give a fuck about words, sticks and stones.
No. What I'm saying is I think
student loans out of here.
I think he's saying shit as far as like Donald.
I won't invite him to the cookout, but I'll bring him a plate.
I'm not doing none of that. I just don't think Donald. I don't think Donald is doing like Donald. Now, one of the big things he says is like, I've lowered. What's he say? Lowered the.
He didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like he says a lot of shit. Like that was off the back of Obama's work, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm here. This happened now that I'm here." But that was set in motion by somebody else.
So for those that don't explain, like Obama had a ridiculously high unemployment rate from Bush. He ran that shit down. So this is what I want to give you guys the analogy of. Can you imagine running a 100-yard dash at full speed and not starting to slow down until you hit the finish line? Those last couple of yards that you're going to have to motor down is what Donald Trump is running right now in regards to the unemployment rate. If that makes sense. He's just doing the motor down from Obama's 100-yard dash. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
So that's why those numbers are manipulated. If you really look at the time, I can't remember the exact. I'm drunk. I've been swinging the shot, but I can't remember exactly like how to explain it. But it's like
that shit. Look, if you got half a brain cell, I feel like you get it.
Yeah, basically that's what it is.
Yeah, like that. Like when he says shit like that, I don't believe anything he says. So if he was to do it, I would always feel like there's some catch that I'm not following because I'm not following politics as much as I should. There's something here that's not gonna do me well. Like there's some way I'm getting fucked with this. And also I don't trust politicians in general. Because like it always is like as much as niggas love Obama, that wasn't a perfect situation. It just looked
He
good
was
'cause
black.
He looked like us. Yeah.
He was black. Obama was black.
Yeah, it was good because he looked like us and we always like Obama, but all of this shit.
Obama.
Yeah, it was good because you know Jeezy told me about the
You having a good time?
Yeah.
It's having a great time.
I don't want to start it because like
I feel like it's background music while he talks about Obama.
yeah. I mean I do wild goofy shit. Like it's a trade off.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
That was
He's had his drunk episode of Mastermind.
I've had drunk episodes.
Because I usually have to like monitor audio and shit. I usually don't get too drunk, but
I just didn't get enough Hennessy and enough time.
sipping this swig. You want to sip this swig, nigga?
No, that should have been gone.
I'm done anyway.
I've never seen somebody sip a shot like that.
Cause you ain't never seen a player nigga like me.
Yeah.
I coat these motherfucking walls. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. You get that little swig of that shot, you see that right there? You
Yeah.
coat them walls. Long as
Yeah.
I got that caramel color in it, right
Yeah.
there, that's enough to drink. That's all I'm telling you.
I think it's
Yeah.
coat them walls.
You gotta coat the walls right there. Shout out to my nigga Cali. Shout out to Gucci. You gotta coat them walls. Why you coat them walls on that thing?
Not the real Gucci. You guys suck.
I can't-
No, the
I
homie.
can't sip a
Vanilla
shot.
Killer.
I'll never finish it.
You gotta see. You ain't got no patience right
I
here.
don't.
See, what I'm trying to learn
I
is
don't.
what I found out is that for I'm 29 this year. I'll be turning 30. For my 30th birthday, God wants me to learn patience, and I've been fighting this for a long time. But at this point in my life, He's forcing me to learn it.
Through alcohol?
No, through everything else in my
Oh.
life, it's just being exuded. Through other things in my life, it's just being exuded in everything in my life.
That's it.
Okay.
So like, because of the patience that I'm being forced to learn and in the important things in my life, they're now transitioning to the secondary and tertiary things in my life. And that is things such as just drinking.
You know what's funny? I like having like little moments like that amidst a bunch of like Robert Kraft paying for pussy.
That's
because
EJ, that's my whole
no,
life
because
right
somebody like we do shit like some people like ain't like it's a billionaire, but I get 4 or 5 like, oh my god, that one part, I'm like, yeah, bitch, nigga smart. Shut up.
Oh yeah, I just do
Look
this.
at that shit on your ass. You know,
I put the medicine in the candy. You gotta listen to an hour to get 37 seconds of real
yeah,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so when episode 100 come out, and you know we blowing motherfuckers' mind about the meaning of life, you know we walked you there. I'm not gonna make you get out here and run 100-yard dash immediately.
Yeah.
Just a couple drives.
That's my whole shit. But yeah, that's what's going on with me right now in my life. Clearly, like a lot of things have been. I'm an individual and a motherfucker that believes that I can control a lot of shit.
And a
the
motherfucker. The combination.
Because I think it's different persons show up at different times. And sometimes it's the individual of who I am showing up, and then sometimes it's just the motherfucker in me going like, I'm running this, everybody else shut the fuck up. And then some things I actually have a good idea, and somebody goes, hey, do you have any more of those? And can you give a little bit more input on this? And I'm like, oh yeah, man. You know, as an individual, I can produce something positive for this group. And then in other situations, I'm just being a motherfucker going, fuck this shit, I run this shit, and sometimes
read the comments, keep it to yourself.
pretty much.
Okay, well, hell, do you
I didn't know
read it
what-
out loud? Y'all
I didn't know what was
talk,
happening.
I was keeping it to
Well,
myself.
you said it like it was something happening.
Well, he said random acts of intellect, and I like that. Y'all like that?
That was
that
DC.
Justin?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
DC?
DC.
Oh, okay. Shout out DC.
Right?
Yeah.
Was it DC?
Yes.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Only
Damn,
DC would say
if y'all
some
want me
shit
to
like
read it
that.
out loud, you should have said something. I'd be
but yeah, that's just basically what it is.
I will not get hair long.
Could you? Because I'm about ready to grow it out. So
And you know what you sound like right there? And real quick, let's just discuss it real quick. This is the final topic and we're going to get out of here. Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, Andrew Caldwell, for those that do not know, this man has, Adrian Broner got a DM from the man that was delivered, and that led to Adrian Broner saying that he would knock the testosterone out of this man, and then going on to say also that any gay people that approach him on that faggot shit. Please excuse me for using that word. God damn, I was just fucking.
He used faggot
fuck
like 2018.
Fuck, that just flew out. I try my hardest not to use that word.
Who used faggot?
Stop saying it.
Oh my God,
Stop
sorry.
saying that. You see how, that's why I don't use it. It's
it.
because once you start like.
Oh, I don't use it, but I thought we were just. Who are you talking about?
But even in repeating him like that word right there just is.
Oh,
No, I don't.
What did he say?
I'm good. I don't gotta say.
He said on Instagram basically he was saying any gay people that approach him on some gay shit, he will either if he doesn't have his gun, he's gonna knock you the fuck out. If he has his gun, he's gonna shoot you in the face. That led to a whole bunch of things after that. Andrew Caldwell, the man that's I'm delivered. I don't like women no more. I don't like men's no more. I like a women. And him. That led to a whole thing where he did a cease and desist, and he said he was gonna sue and all that shit. Homophobia in 2019.
Yeah,
How do you feel about it? Because I'm kind of on the fence about it. Because like, what about if a nigga just grew up on the block with some really scary gay niggas?
I'm sorry, I just want to understand.
Maybe that's why he's scared of gay
people. He said
no, he said that if you're gay and you approach him, he's gonna knock you out and or shoot you in the face.
See,
there's a lot of things wrong.
No, but you're saying instead of
he said the word. He said
the word.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, my thing is like Adrian's reaction, just like he said, is
that's just such.
It's wildly like homophobic and like it's like, and I mean it in the word of like
aggressive and brutal. Like that word is just so like.
Okay, and I'm not shooting Adrian no bail on this one. Please hear me out on people who are saying this and who are listening to me. I am really sipping this swig because I am the person saying this. Adrian is a gentleman who was incarcerated as a teenager. I'm not shooting him no bail, but do we have any consideration for the fact that some of these gentlemen or this gentleman himself may or may not, aside from the natural homophobia that just comes with being raised in the hood, some of his experiences may have put him in a position to not be able to receive this in a way that he cannot do anything but other than look at it as an attack on his masculinity.
Adrian Broner. Before it was about billions, it was about booty.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that gentleman was incarcerated for a really serious crime, I believe, before the age of 18. Also, while he was incarcerated, he was a boxer. I'm not saying that for no other reason, just a list of facts. This gentleman was arrested and incarcerated at a very young age. Aside from the natural homophobia that comes with being in the hood, do you feel like those type of situations can make just the idea of a gay man or homosexual even speaking to you or expressing any idea of attraction to you, do you feel like that is some of the reason he looks at it as an attack on his masculinity?
They do. Shout out to DC. They do have books in jail. Like part of me is like I don't know if I can shoot him any bail because like not only do they have books in jail, you've lived a life. You are a man.
But the idea of being in jail, though, the association of homosexuality, the association with homosexuality in jail and in the hood.
I got it.
Okay.
But you've been in jail, but not even fuck the jail thing. You're out. You're a millionaire. You're like I'm saying, you travel in the world. You live in a life nobody out here is living on a regular basis. So for you to be that, I don't know, that ignorant to a group of people. Just because one talks to you or says something to you, because the dude who did it, like if I'm homophobic, if I'm scared of gay people, it needs to be fucking Damon from Next Friday, like kicking my door in, dick hard, where the assholes at, nigga, like, but the fucking I'm delivered, yeah, that I'd be scared of. If a nigga like is swinging, you know, through the like jumps out of a purple helicopter in a pink figure skater suit. Falls through my roof and like is looking for asshole, like that's the nigga I'm scared of.
That was so aggressively gay that I didn't want to pick up the microphone and put it to my mouth. Because it was just I just felt like it was
that fear? That's scary. That's there.
After you yelled out, a nigga busted into the room. Yeah. Where the booty hole?
See, that right there, that is where you can be scared. But the I'm delivered, all I'm gonna do, honestly, like this is such a weird scenario to me because nigga, I'm gonna just go in the world that nigga hits my fucking like DMs like fucking Broner said he said some shit. God, I wish I had this fucking block button and goodbye, nigga. Like of the millions of people that probably jump in Broner shit with anything from get verified today or do you want your motherfucking blah 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 or hey nice guy, like all this other shit, nigga, you could have just blocked that nigga. Like it ain't even that deep. Like completely disregard this nigga.
The comments say AB says and does outlandish things to try and prove how tough he is because he keeps getting his ass beat and he gets fights because of his mouth and antics, not because of his ability.
DC is my favorite human being.
On folding grave. Shout out to DC. Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody else have any input on this topic? Anything else they want to
DC said AB about getting beat up. But yeah, like that's my take on it. Like it's to me like yeah that starts to bring up those fear of like just people being gay in general. Because I don't even know if bro said anything to you, and if he did, it's like yo bro, chill. Just I'm not into that. Leave me alone. Whatever. If he starts to press you, then I feel like that's in a line where you can talk back, and then I'm gonna talk back to you. I'm not gonna make a bunch of posts. If that nigga walks up and like grabs your dick, then maybe you should like that's where I'm not to throw Terry Crews under the bus, but that's where I'm probably not gonna pull a Terry Crews move. I'm gonna beat you the fuck up. Like I'm gonna hem you up then. Like that's the move where you pull a Adrian Broner. I don't know. Like that Terry Crews topic is like washed and thrown, but clearly that's where I would have stood on it. But if that happens to you, somebody invade your personal space, then yes, you make the statement of like, you need to back the fuck up off me because this is my person. But if a nigga just in the realm where everything Adrian Broner said is true, and the nigga was like, hey, fucking loser face man, I like the way you get beat up in the ring, then you just go make the fuck off and you hit the block button. Like, what is I'm delivered nigga really gonna pose with that to you?
Boom.
Yeah.
And that's where we end episode 27.
Tell your mama name.
Why do you keep saying kissing in the mouth?
Mama them, grandmama them.
Why do you keep saying
TJ, EJ, and
What is
Sharman.
that?
DC is on the live right now.
What is a kiss in the mouth?
You gotta watch. This is still like it's on topic. Like I've said before. Like you ever watch it? Everybody's watched Scared Straight.
Yeah.
And the ones now are like scary-ish if you whatever, but you know them niggas not gonna touch you. The scariest one I've ever seen, and
Bites.
Yeah, see the scariest
Bites.
No, see the scariest one is the ones from like the 80s or 90s.
The ones
where
that
they
used to let them interact with them?
yeah, like
The scariest episode of Scared Straight will always be the 1999
That one, dog. The nigga with the mustache?
where the nigga had no teeth and he said, "What the fuck are you in my house for?"
Dog.
And the nigga said, "Stealing bikes." That nigga said, "Bites."
You don't ever want to see me, the motherfucker like me. I will mush your motherfucking face. Like that's the one.
But when the nigga gave the nigga the comb and made him comb his chest hairs, he was like, "Comb my motherfucking chest hairs, nigga."
But here's not.
And don't make me wash my drawers and clip my motherfucking toenails too, nigga.
I'm gonna tell you, I can beat all that. This is the scariest part. The nigga was in there, they was talking to the white boy, and he was like, "What's your name, bitch?" And he was like, "Bridget." And I'm like, "That's nasty." It's a nigga off screen. I don't give a fuck, y'all go back and find out it's a nigga off screen and say, "Kiss him in the mouth." You never see this nigga the whole fucking video. I don't know who he was, but you can hear it. He was dead fucking serious. That shook me. That
was the one episode where they was like, "Let's go to a maximum security prison," and shit just got real. Like it was like a nigga
with the mustache. You big fat dirty motherfucker. Like all these niggas up there look scary as shit, but it's a nigga off screen, and you can tell that's a nigga that was like, "Don't bring him out here."
Yeah, he was the one that was gonna touch somebody.
He was like, that's how you knew it was a trial run. That's how you know that episode was like, okay, man, we got to get different types of ones in here because that nigga in the back was like, "Hey, my nigga, kiss him." You could hear him
the way he said it,
like kiss him in the mouth,
yeah,
dog.
like
yeah,
he was
like it wasn't like raw. It was okay. You know what? He had the same energy. You saw the booty warrior thing. He was like, "Booty is more important than food." It was that cool. And nigga said,
"Which
kiss
let
him
me
in the
know
mouth."
is that the nigga thought he was sneaking that in there. Like he was like, "You're gonna do it for somebody come, kiss him in the mouth." Like that's how he was trying to sneak that in there.
The booty video really gets me.
The booty warrior.
He said it like
Johnson, that's the most.
He didn't even say it sneakily. He said it. This is how he said it.
He said
it like he got
years ago. I would have grabbed. He said I would have grabbed your booty.
That kiss him in the mouth nigga said that shit like he got lost in the moment. He was like, "Damn, nigga,
nothing is
kiss
worse
him in the
than
mouth."
Felice Johnson said to the cameraman from MSNBC, 10 years ago, I would have grabbed your booty and dared you to do something about it. Like he said, I walks up to him and I says, "I like you."
Yeah,
and I want you.
Hey, I'd say this
now
right
we
now.
can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
Any of you niggas out here get mad
And
about
more
it.
times than not, they say yes.
Shit like that, when niggas like that exist, they kiss him in the mouth.